Hello everyone, welcome back to this episode, a little bit of Bitcoin trade and whatever else I want it to be. I'm in Chicago and it's such a beautiful day out here. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And so
if you want us to prove it.
So here I am. I'm gonna go out to the ledge here, and if you're wondering what I'm doing in Chicago, I am I've come out of my virtual reality and enter into the physical world, and some reason something's compelled me to come here. And my last episode I mentioned the land of Abraham, and here I am. And I believe this is Sears Tower, and I'm up in the clouds, and oh my god, look at that spider. Is that spider outside? That spider is outside. Look at that. Anyways, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out on the ledge, and I'll be walking into the clouds. And basically, I'm very scared of heights. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Okay. Oh my god, I'm getting scared. Alright.
I bet if it was clear, a lot of people wouldn't come up here.
Oh, wow.
There would be tons of grass.
Land of Abraham.
Jump on it.
Virtual
What are
reality.
you jumping to?
It almost feels like I'm in the heavens.
The glass is like a few inches thick.
Maybe that's why I had to come here today. And only today. This is about the closest I'm going to come. So I'm going to make it real. So all you guys out in Chicago, I was here.
You can see the window that's here.
I walk among you, and I'm real.
You want a picture?
Anyways, let me cut in and out. I'll do an episode later on. Maybe a chart analysis and some other
Oh,
stuff.
it's like really dark. You can't see anything.
But
Right.
this is quite an experience. And so, if you don't believe I was here, this is Sears Tower. And wow, here it is. There it is.
It looks like we're in clouds, which we basically are.
And there's other people.
You might just doesn't
What model is that?
It really looks like I'm walking on clouds. I'm up in the heavens.
Thank you, though. Whoops, I'm recording.
Anyways,
That's okay.
I'll cut out here and
Let's take a picture.
cut back in later.
I'm scared.
Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm here at this big, I don't know what to call this, but I've seen this in textbooks. Always wanted to see it. Googled it, all that good stuff. And I've come out of my virtual reality to come into the physical world, and now I can touch it. For real. Wow. Anyways, thank you, the state of Illinois and the residents of Chicago. You all made this real. And guess where this is? Guess where it is? Right here. I guess this is why I had to come to Chicago. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been here, and look where it took me. I'm just walking around mindlessly, and look at this. It's amazing. Anyways, I'll cut out from here, and we'll see what else we find. Hey, one more. This will probably be the last one, and I'll go on to doing a Bitcoin episode. But here it is. If you know what this is, you already know what it is. But if you don't, I wanna touch it. Wow. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Anyways, that's it for this. Running low on battery, and this will probably be the last one. All right. Hopefully, I'll just keep going until the battery runs out. But here you go. Really nice. Anyways. I don't know why I'm here. I'm just here. I was compelled to come here and ended up being here. And you know, I think there's a reason why. And I'll get to it in my episodes here, shortly. But I think I know why I had to come here. And Chicago is it's really a beautiful place. I would have to say, if anything, as I look around, it's a tale of two cities, and I'll get to that later. But just let me enjoy my time here, soak it in, and enjoy everything that Illinois, the residents of Illinois, the state of Illinois, residents of Chicago, the city of Chicago, everything that it represents. And alright, I'll cut out, and I'll cut in a little bit later. Hello everyone, and welcome back. And came across this. Here you go, Abraham Lincoln. I'm in the land of Abraham, and so I guess I should take time to touch it. I'm here for a reason. I don't know why. I wasn't planning to come here, but things happen in a way, in very mysterious, strange ways. But I'm here now. So, anyways, it's quite strange. I don't know. So, anyways, cutting out and cutting back in later. Hello everyone, welcome back. This episode of Bitcoin Trade, it's a Chicago episode, because I'm gonna edit in all the cut in and cut outs of my visit to Chicago. It'll be a chart analysis, but the way I've done it, I'm actually in New York, everybody. New York City, New York. So I know from looking at this, you can't really tell, but I am in New York. Anyways, so let's start with the chart analysis. For this particular special Chicago episode, and what I'm looking at is right here. And again, a very short time frame. So it dipped down, came up, hit this 10 period average on a 12, and this is, I'm on Bitfin, okay, 12 period 12 hour on Bitfin, and this is the current price right now. So that's what that is right there. And so you see Bitfin right there, that's the price. And so what you're seeing is it dropped down. It's if there's another trading technique or style, and ironically it was invented by the Japanese, okay, and it's looking at the candlesticks and how they represent I guess price action, movement, depending on what time frame you look at. And they have a name for this. You could look this up. I did some research on it. There is something to it, but at the same time it's hard to kind of understand it. But leave it to the Japanese. Anyways, when you see candlesticks like this, where you see the way they operate is it moves to the next time period, and then where it picks up where it left off, and depending on where it started or where it left off, if it's higher, it'll show green. If it's lower, it'll obviously show red. But when you see things like this, you see the price within a 12-hour period. That's how much it moved up and down, and where it ended was slightly higher than where it started. So when you see things like this, and I'll try to get in a little closer, like this candlestick in particular, the one that's on the lowest point, when you see a candlestick like that, that's usually an indication of that's probably the low point. And so that's probably gonna be the low point here, and it goes up, but you can't tell just by looking at this one at that time. You have to wait until a few more bars before you can realize that this is the low point. And that's the problem with some of these, is that some of these techniques and strategies are based on hindsight 2020. But what it does help you, it may help you indicate a short-term future price action. Everything is short-term, okay? Don't think this is long-term. Depends on the time frame, of course. If you're looking at a 12-hour time frame, a short-term near future would be like, the next 12 to 24 hours. Which, if you're looking at an hourly chart, that's actually a long time. But anyways, so there's another thing you can research is candlestick. Like this particular candlestick right here, that just is skinny with a small little body, or sometimes you see a full body, or you see a full body with a long tail. There's all sorts of stuff that you could look at as just by the candlestick. So that's something that might help you out, or it just might confuse the hell out of you, whichever one you want to look at. But I'm particularly looking at the average here, and I guess this is the estimated average here, or weighted average, and you'll notice that it just could not break through that weighted average on the 10 period average. And so this is typically a 10 and a 25 and 25 period. So if it does ever break through, it will hit that 25 and maybe bounce around. If there's a real strong push up, it will break up above it and then bounce on top of this and then shoot up, and it'll follow this going upwards instead of downwards. So anyways, it's just normalizing here. I don't think you were going to see too much in the way of going down. If it has gone down, it's pretty much all of the sellers have been exhausted. If there is more, then that's really bad news for the miners anyway. So at some point, the miners will stop selling their bitcoins, because the more they sell, the more it drives the price down. And now I don't know if this has anything to do with merchants or anything like that, but this violent price selling, I can't say that it's really merchants processing their bitcoins, because it really shouldn't have any effect, because unless miners are buying things. Now, that could be another possibility. A lot of things has to hinge on Bitcoin creation and how much is being put out into the market versus how much is being sold into the market, how much is being used into the market, and how much is being bought. And so if on a consumer level, if there is any consumer level, it would have to be, bitcoins would have to be purchased to be used to be sold. So the net effect is actually zero. If anything, the fact that they bought it, usually buying bitcoins come in at a premium, and then you would sell it at whatever the rate is, which is lower than what you bought it for. So the net effect would be a higher price, not a lower price. And then the other thing is, the other cause of this downtrend may be because obviously a lot of sellers and buyers, but also it could be possible miners are just, I wouldn't say cashing out per se, but maybe they're buying things. They realize, well, instead of turning into money, the effort that we do in selling, we could save some money by just buying things that we want. And that could be a possibility. I read the headline that Dell sold a 50 some odd $1,000 worth of something computer. So there could be something to it that the miners are using their bitcoins for purchasing, to be used for buying goods and service, and so that could be another possibility. And then the merchants are then, of course, selling them. So that might be a reason. I'm not sure, but at some point, if the price just keeps getting driven down, there's at some point it just doesn't make sense for the miners to put out in the market anymore. And this is coming to my other section, is if you know any miners, or if you know a mining pool or anything like that, and if it gets down to a point where the price is driven down so much, and if you're lucky enough that you're like a chosen few, that they will still let you buy from them, consider yourself very fortunate that you're still able to get bitcoins, because it's they don't just let anybody continue to buy from them, even when the price is going down. And so, depending on your relationship with your miner and your mining pool, if you're one of the earlier investors, adopters, or whatever, who got into it, they may be dispersing their bitcoins, and then they're doing whatever with it. But in that case, if you're in that situation, you're very lucky, because you're able to still have bitcoins, get bitcoins, because I don't think miners will, at a certain price point, would be inclined to sell their bitcoins, because it wouldn't be worth it. They would just hold on to it until the price goes back up, until the market demand comes in line with supply, if that makes sense. Anyways, so that's my chart analysis. This is a Chicago episode. If you haven't already seen, I've edited in my trip to Chicago, a very beautiful city. I'm gonna take some time here to talk about Chicago. It's a beautiful city, man. Driving through it was not that difficult. The downtown area, the public areas, the attractions, the art, the culture. I was impressed. It's a city that I wouldn't mind living. Then again, I visit in the summer. I don't know what it's like in the winter. Most of my travels up north will be during the summer, because I live in Texas. It's really hot, especially out in Houston. So when I do travel, I like to travel up north, and I like to travel to the areas that I do a lot of trade, because I want to understand, what's going on over there. Why is that particular city trading with me, versus like maybe someplace in San Francisco, which I barely get any, and supposedly that's where the .coms are, over there in Silicon Valley, but I barely get anything from them. And so I think there's something more going on. Chicago does trade. They know how to trade. If you ask me, Chicago is probably one of the last true cities in America. That's just my opinion. And of course, it's the land of Abraham, right? And so I did an episode on that, and I wasn't really supposed to go to Chicago, but under certain circumstances, things have changed where I was led to go there, and I'm glad I went there. And I have to say, Illinois is a great state. The city of Chicago is a great city, and the residents over there, thank you for welcoming me into your city and into your state. That means a lot. And so, I think I'm gonna go. I'll probably be going to Chicago more often. There's a lot for me to do over there, and there's a lot I want to do. There's a lot of things that I want to bring to Chicago, you know, other than just trading Bitcoins. I want to make things real over there. I think there's a lot of opportunity, despite the fact that you know, there's other things going on, but I think Bitcoins will make a difference. So let me end this episode. This particular chart analysis is kind of short, but again, I grouped it in with my you know, physical world experience, and I have to say it was a good experience. I recommend anybody trade who's ever trading in Bitcoin, go to Chicago, see what it's like. You know, soak in the experience. Leave your virtual reality and you know, go into the physical world. You'll learn something. Just going there has changed me and enlightened me in ways that I think is going to help me trade and invest. So anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. My battery's running kind of low, so thanks for watching, and feel free to like, dislike, even do a video response. Until next time. Oh yeah, and leave a comment if you want to. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.